$1,073 up to $2,146 every single month for SSI beneficiaries. Let's get into it and discuss all the details. But if you haven't done so yet, or if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video so I can keep you updated each and every day with all of this information that is changing very rapidly. I know it's incredibly confusing trying to keep everything straight with so many things that are changing so fast right now, but don't worry, I'm doing all the research. I distill all that information down into these short videos, which I deliver a few times every single day so that you can stay tuned with all the latest updates as they are happening in real time. So again, thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Please remember, I'm here to help out in any way that I can and as your one and only daily advocate. So hit that subscribe button right down below the video if you haven't done so yet. And let's get into this right away. All right, so I do know that there are a lot of people right here in this community who do receive SSI benefits, otherwise known as Supplemental Security Income. Well, at the same time, I also see down in the comments section, and I've communicated with a lot of you right here in this community, wondering when are we going to get a raise to our benefits? I'm sick and tired of living on $800 a month. It's just not working for me anymore. When are we finally going to get a permanent raise to our benefits, and when can we finally make it a little bit easier to get by every single month? When is Congress finally going to do something for all of us who are struggling so incredibly badly right now? That's a really good question, and I want to talk through that a little bit more in this video and discuss those two numbers I released at the beginning of the video, including $1,073 all the way up to $2,146 every single month for SSI beneficiaries. So let's get into this and talk through it a little bit more closely here. So this is actually in reference to the SSI Restoration Act. Now let me lay out what these numbers actually mean and why we're coming up with these, and some of the encouraging information out there in regards to the SSI Restoration Act and what this actually means for about 8 million SSI Supplemental Security Income beneficiaries. So first off, in about mid-2021, there was a group of 18 Democratic senators who came out and resurrected the SSI Restoration Act, which is an amazing proposal to actually change the SSI program and bring it up from where it currently was way back in the day when they actually incepted this program and actually started this whole program back in the early 70s. So for the most part, this program has not undergone any major reform in about 50 or so years. So as you can tell here, it needs some major reform going on with this program. So what's actually really nice about this SSI Restoration Act is they want to bring this program up to current. So since this program has not been reformed in any substantial way in many, many decades, what they want to do with the SSI Restoration Act is reform this program and actually bring it current. Probably a pretty good idea considering there's 8 million beneficiaries that draw on these benefits and who rely on these benefits every single month. The least that we could do for these 8 million people is probably bring it up to current and make sure that everybody is receiving an equitable standard of living, as in an equitable benefit every single month, right? So let's talk through these benefits a little bit more here. So one of the provisions within the SSI Restoration Act is that they want to raise benefits up to 100% of the federal poverty line. Well, right here, right now, as I record this video, the federal poverty line is $12,880 every single month. Well, sorry, I said every single month. That would be really nice, wouldn't it? I meant every year. Sorry, I didn't mean to psych anybody out right there. Okay, sorry. It's actually $12,880 per year. Okay, so if we divide that out on a monthly basis, I keep thinking $12,000 a month would sure be really nice, wouldn't it? That'd be certainly really nice. But anyway, $12,880 per year. But if we divide that out on a monthly basis, it comes out to $1,073. Now, that is what they are wanting to propose the new monthly benefit to be for SSI beneficiaries. That'd be absolutely amazing considering the current level that we're at now. That'd raise it up by over $200 every single month for all of these millions of beneficiaries as an individual. That'd be incredible, right? So let me actually talk about this a little bit further, because one of the other provisions that they have in the SSI Restoration Act is they want to remove the marriage penalty. Now, I've seen down in the comments section a number of different times that many of you in this community have said they've got to get away from this marriage penalty. They need to remove the marriage penalty. They've got to do something about the marriage penalty, right? I've seen it so many times down below. Yeah, and I totally agree with you, because as a result of just being married as somebody who receives SSI, your benefits are reduced by about 25%. Or possibly even more. So yeah, it's a huge detriment to benefits if they actually do have the marriage penalty within there. Well, many of the advocates behind the SSI Restoration Act are saying, hey, we got to remove the marriage penalty. We cannot have this in here. We need to get this thing out of here. And that is one of the provisions within the SSI Restoration Act, is they want to remove the marriage penalty, which would be incredible for just millions of people who receive these SSI benefits. So let me lay out a little bit more closely what this would look like. So, taking into consideration the federal poverty line of $12,880 per year, and dividing that out on a monthly basis out to $1,073 each and every month as an individual, let's place some more numbers behind that now. $1,073 per month as an individual, but if you're married, check this out. Multiply that by 2. $1,073 every single month multiplied by 2 people, you and a potential spouse, would be $2,146 every single month for a married couple on SSI. Not bad, right? So that would raise your standard of living from, a little over $1,000 as a married couple receiving SSI up to nearly $1,000 raise. Actually, it'd be about a $900 per month raise to your benefits as a married couple. That would be life-changing for a lot of people. Now, don't get me wrong, more is always better, but a $900 raise for millions of beneficiaries would be like life-changing. I don't know how else to put it. I think that would be life-changing for a lot of people to go from, say, $1,200 as a married couple up to over $2,100 every single month. That would be a pretty big increase right there. So that would be a lot of extra money, and that would be a huge change for a lot of people and actually be life-changing in the instance of a lot of people as well. That could be the difference between possibly moving into a bigger place, possibly making sure that you have enough food on the table every single month. I would hope that that would make sure that you have enough food on the table every month. Not only that, you could do a lot of things with that, right? You can make sure that your car always has gas in it. You can make sure that you're always making sure that you have enough food and or paying all of your utilities, your heating bill, your utilities, your phone bill, your, whatever, your rent, everything like that. It would be a huge change in a lot of ways for millions of people. It would be such a good thing. So that's just another one of the provisions in the SSI Restoration Act. Let's talk through a couple others that are out there as well. So one of the other things that they want to do as well is raise the asset level. So as of right now, you cannot have very much money as somebody on SSI. You can only have a couple $1,000s before they start potentially garnishing your benefit, because they might look at your situation and say, hey, you have too much money saved, and we need to start garnishing your benefit because it's just not going to work anymore. You have too much money. Well, that's not really setting anybody up to actually get into a position where they're actually having some maybe reserves to fall back on in the situation where a big expense comes up, or a type of situation where you just need some extra money laying around. That's totally fine. That'd be great. So one thing that they want to do here is they also want to raise the asset level for an individual up to $10,000 from the current level of $2,000. And as a married couple, the current level is about $3,000. Yeah, they want to raise that up to $20,000, and you would not be penalized up to these amounts. That'd be amazing. Now, here's the thing. How many people would really be able to stash away $10,000 or $20,000 as a married couple? I'm not really sure, but either way, at least the limits are there so that if you wanted to save a little bit more money than what the current levels are today, that'd be absolutely amazing and be life-changing once again for a lot of people. So not only would your benefits be higher, but they would actually allow you to save a little bit more money in the event that, a rainy day comes by and you need to dip into your rainy day fund and start paying for something, maybe a higher expense on something, an unexpected expenditure, maybe a car breaks down or something like that. Maybe if you had $10,000 as an individual or $20,000 as a married couple stashed away, you could dig into that and, maybe pay for a $1,000 unexpected bill or something like that if that were to happen. Again, a lot of really good things in this SSI Restoration Act, and those are some of the ones that I wanted to point out there for you right there, which be, number one, raising benefits as an individual, $1,073 each and every month. As a married couple, potentially even up to $2,146 every single month. Removing the marriage penalty, as well as raising the asset levels for individuals and married couples as a whole. Now again, we have to also mention that, of course, the SSI Restoration Act, this is how it's being introduced and how it's being proposed, but at any given point, I think all of us recognize that they could change things in any way, shape, or form, and then that would totally change the whole trajectory of this package, right? They could approve any one of these provisions, they could approve all of them, they could take out any of these provisions, they could adjust them in any way at all. So again, until it's a done deal, until it's passed through Congress, until it is actually signed into law by the president, of course, unfortunately, anything could change at any given point. So I think we all need to recognize that. But either way, as the bill currently sits right now, it's actually pretty exciting. It looks like there's some really good provisions in there for a lot of people, millions and millions of beneficiaries who draw on SSI benefits. So I hope this helps you out. And again, this is my interpretation of what I'm finding from the SSI Restoration Act. Again, I just have to make it very clear, no promises, because anything could change at any given point. Of course, I want it to be passed as quickly as possible. I want it to include the best and the most provisions in there for the most amount of people. But at the same time, we also need to know that anything could change and nothing is a promise, because that's just kind of how it works with Congress. We don't know until it is actually signed by the president into law. So as we do get more information on this, of course, I'll be right here for you every single day with all of those updates, bringing them to you, laying them all out so that you can stay tuned with everything going on. So make sure to subscribe down below, as it's totally free to do so, and so you don't miss any videos going forward. And I'll continue watching everything very closely, bringing you these updates as we get them. So subscribe down below, share this video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other 2,000 videos right here on the channel. Thanks again. I really do appreciate it. Enjoy your day, and I'll catch you again